Hi, ladies. It is week 7, day 4. Today is May 21st, and we are on pages 55, 56, and 57 today in your packet. So the first page that you're going to be looking at today is page 55, and this is going to be a vocabulary review. So on page, let me see, page 44 in your packet, there are the vocabulary cards that you can refer to if you need um, to help you on this vocabulary review. So basically for numbers 1, 2, and 3, you're going to be filling in the blanks using this word list. On questions 4 and 5, it says for each term, give an example and a non-example. So a numerical expression, so basically if you were to give an example of that, it could be like 4 minus 3 plus 7. All right, so that would be an example. Remember, an expression does not have an equal sign. So if I did 4 minus 3 plus 7 and then gave my equal sign, that would be a non-example because remember, an expression does not have an equal sign. So then you're going to do the exact same thing, but on this one, you're going to add parentheses into your expression. On numbers 6 through 10, you're going to be solving these and drawing a line to the correct answer on the other side. And then you can go ahead and cross off number 11. You don't have to do that one. On pages 56 and 57, remember this section right here is your examples, and then these are the questions that you're actually solving. So it says, remember that if the parentheses are inside brackets or braces, perform that operation instead of parentheses first. So what you're going to be doing on these pages is you're going to be actually solving. So 1 through 8, you're actually going to be solving the problem. So let's take a look. We'll do numbers 1 and 2 together. So on question 1, you have in parentheses 78 plus 47. So because that's in parentheses, you want to do that first. So 78 plus 47, take a second to solve that. All right, so we get 125, and then we're going to take 125 and we're going to be dividing by 25 because remember you want to bring everything down. So we're going to take 125 and divide it by 5. And because we're solving, we get an answer of 25. So on number 1, you get an answer of 25. Let's look at number 2. This one does not have any parentheses. Let's think about our order of operations. Whoa. So we want to make sure that we are going through and checking to see what goes first in our order of operations. So do we have parentheses? No. Do we have exponents? No. Do we have multiplication? Yes. So we want to ask ourselves, does multiplication or division come first? And in this problem, multiplication does. So we want to do 8 times 6 first, which is 48. And then we want to bring everything else down. Okay, so bring everything else down, and then we're going to go through that step again. Do we have parentheses? No. Do we have exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Yes. So we're going to do 48, and it's going to be divided by 2. So 48 divided by 2 gives me 24, and I still have my plus 3, and I still have my plus 4. And I'm just adding on this one. So I'm going to take my 24 and I'm going to add in the 4 and the 3, which gives me an answer of 31. So this gives me a total of 31. So you're going to do numbers 3 through 8. On this next part, this is where you're writing your numerical expression. So reading that word form and then turning it into number form. So it says add 15 to the product of 3/4 and 12. So we're going to add 15 to the product. Product means multiplication of 3/4 and 12. So we want to make sure that we are finding the product of 3/4 times 12 Then we're going to add in that 15. So you want to make sure that you have either parentheses around this. You don't necessarily have to because it's multiplication. I like parentheses because it helps me to visually see what needs to be done first. But then once you find that product, you'll add your 15. So remember on page 4, there are those clue words. If you need to look at the clue words again to help you kind of figure out what it is that you're going to do. So on this one, 2 through 5, you'll complete. On page 57, on this top portion, you're looking to see what's the same. So if you notice, 37 minus 9 is the same. But over here, we're multiplying by 72, and over here, we're only multiplying by 69. And we know that because this is the same, multiplying by 72 is going to give me a bigger answer. And then down below, you want to think about how these two expressions relate. And I want you to think about this portion right here, and if it makes it greater or less than this amount, and by how much. So is expression A greater than expression B? And if it is, how much greater? Down below, you're going to be putting together the two different parts that you did on part A and part B. So what you're going to be doing is first figuring out what your number sentence or equation should look like. So Carrie has 5 metal and 3 wood paperweights in her collection. She has twice as many glass paperweights. Write an expression. So the first thing you want to do is write an expression. So she has 5 metal and 3 wood. And then but she has twice as many glass paperweights, and you want to know the total number of paperweights that she has in her collection. So that first thing that we want to do is we want to figure out the total that she has in metal and in wood. And then we want to add that amount to the twice as many glass paperweights as she has metal. So she has 5 metal paperweights and she has twice as many glass paperweights, which means we're going to multiply by 2. And I'm going to put that in parentheses because it helps me visually see. So then you can solve to see how many paperweights she has. And you're going to do the exact same thing down below, just using the different numbers. So if you have any questions about these couple of pages, please feel free to reach out or bring your questions to our Zoom meeting. For your assessment today, this is actually going to be a 2-day assessment. So you're going to have today and tomorrow to finish this. And depending on kind of how long it maybe takes you, I might extend it through the weekend, but you will not have an assignment for tomorrow's lesson. This will be your assignment that is due. So it's going to be listed as 521 through 522 quiz, and it's going to be over the order of operations. So you'll have today and tomorrow to get that completed. Again, you will not have an online assignment listed for tomorrow's date. It will be this assignment. So please make sure that you're getting it started today and finished tomorrow.